Titanic, American heartfelt experience film, delivered in 1997, that focuses on the sinking of the RMS Titanic. The film demonstrated massively well-known, holding the unsurpassed film industry gross record for over 10 years after its delivery. The film starts with the mechanical investigation of the Titanic's destruction by treasure trackers who desire to find a mythical huge blue precious stone, known as the core of the sea, that was evidently lost when the boat sank. They recuperate a protected that contains a few papers, including a drawing of a naked lady wearing a jewelry with the pearl in it. After the outline is broadcasted on TV, the group is reached by an elderly person, played by Gloria Stewart, who lets them know that she is the one portrayed in the drawing. Rose DeWitt Bukater, remembered to have kicked the bucket in the mishap. Trusting that she can assist them with finding the gem, the fortune trackers carry Rose to their Endeavour transport. The vast majority of the film's story is then told in flashbacks as she describes the Titanic's portentous 1912 journey. High society Rose, presently played by Kate Winslet, sheets the boat with her mom, Frances Fisher, and her wealthy life partner, Cal, Billy Zane, whom she is wedding for monetary reasons. Upset by the strain of her organized marriage, Rose thinks about self-destruction on the boat's harsh. She is talked somewhere near second-rate class traveler Jack Dawson, Leonardo DiCaprio, an attractive yet poor craftsman. Throughout the span of the journey, she turns out to be progressively drawn to Jack. Meeting stealthily, Rose requests that he draw her wearing the core of the sea jewelry, which was a gift from California. Rose and Jack consequently have intercourse, and Rose lets Jack know that she will go with him once the boat moors. Sometime thereafter, nonetheless, they witness the Titanic's lethal contact with an ice shelf. As the boat sinks, several searches out Rose's mom and Cal, who has found Rose's heartfelt snare. He approaches Jack for burglary by having the accessory put in Jack's jacket pocket. Jack is captured, and Cal later places the jewelry in his own pocket. However, she at first falters. Rose comes to trust Jack's cases of blamelessness, and she in the end tracks down him in the expert of arms office. Bound around a line utilizing a hatchet, she can free him as water floods the room. The lower deck entryways are locked. However, Jack helps separate the one catching them. He and Rose return to the upper deck, where Rose is put in a raft by Cal, who folds his coat over her, as yet containing the jewelry. Cal misleads her, saying Jack will actually want to leave the Titanic securely. However, she won't abandon Jack and hops back onto the boat. Cal pursues them in an envious fury, however in the long run surrenders to board a raft, blaming a crying youngster for section. Rose and Jack are left on the boat as it falls to pieces and sinks, the rafts having all been sent off. Jack helps Rose onto a drifting piece of the destruction so she can later be protected by a returning raft, while he, at the end of the day, passes on from hypothermia. Locally available the Carpathia, the boat that saved Titanic's survivors, she embraces the name Rose Dawson and finds the jewelry in Cal's coat. The film gets back to the current day, and centenarian Rose is uncovered to in any case have the gem in her control. Her story told, she drops the renowned neckband into the sea. However, a significant part of the movie's plot manages the made-up sentiment among Rose and Jack. Essayist/Chief James Cameron put a lot of work into the verifiable precision of the sets and story. Some genuine figures are highlighted all through the film, including Captain Edward J. Smith, Bernard Slope, J. Bruce Ismay, Jonathan Hyde, and resilient Molly Brown, Kathy Bates, and genuine submerged film of the disaster area was utilized for the initial scenes. Cameron himself went on a few jumps to investigate the submerged boat, and he planned a nearly proportional copy of the Titanic for the film's creation. At the hour of its creation, Titanic was the most costly film made, costing some $200 million. Notwithstanding, it recovered its costs a few times over. The film was generally a peculiarity, particularly among high school young ladies and young ladies fascinated with DiCaprio, and the media broadly covered cases of people seeing the film many times in the theater. Titanic was selected for 14 Institute grants, tying the record set by About Eve, 1950, and it won 11, approaching the record set by Ben-Hur, 1959, which was subsequently matched by Master of the Rings, The Arrival of the Lord, 2003, as well as winning Oscars for Best Picture and Chief. Titanic likewise gotten a foundation grant for the tune My Heart Will Go On, performed by Celine Dion. A three-dimensional variant of the film was delivered in 2012, without further ado before the 100th commemoration of the boat's sinking.